What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
A soupy doopy poopy, a slurpity derp.
Now, okay. Now,
That was good.
I liked it. The beginning was very interesting. Very topical.
It's a soup-based show.
I love a topical scat, but you went from poopy into slurpy.
Well, I mean, you know, look.
If I remember it correct.
Pretty sure soup rhymes with poop. So
Yeah.
that's got to happen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But then I went back to the soup. I'm slurping.
You went to
I'm not
slurp.
slurping the poop.
Well,
Mike.
it sounded like you're slurping down a
It
turd.
was a soupy doopy poopy, a slurpity derp.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see how there's a problem there.
You see the
I see the
lines of communication have been crossed.
Yeah, it was a poopy slurpity
You
derp.
need to have multiple words that separate poop and slurp. That's all.
Yeah.
One of the rules
yes,
of the road.
You do.
Well, now does count? Like the word
No.
a? Because I'm pretty sure there was an a in there.
That's just a filler word you're thinking.
There's something in there. Welcome in to the Spitballers. I want to say this at the top. Really appreciate everybody's patience. We wanted to have some new shows out earlier. The world is a crazy, wild, and wacky place filled with disease. So unfortunately, we weren't able to bring you a new episode last week, but we're back with a brand new Spitballers today, and we're very excited to be with you. We have Would You Rather, Is This Real Life, and we are drafting Slurpity Derp on this show. We are drafting the best soups, which when I first heard this idea, I was like, it's going to be a little struggle to get to 12 soups. It was no struggle whatsoever.
Same.
This is
Yes,
exactly
yes.
what we went through. I mean, when I heard Mike was like, well, have we done soups? And I'm like, I don't know that I can come up
How
with
many
12.
soups are
and then
there?
not only did I not know if, like, okay, I'm sure I could come up with 12. There's enough. But who gives a crap?
Because it's soup.
Because it's soup. I don't care. Until I started making my list, I had no idea the passion that I have for soup. I was like, oh, man, I have to have this one. Oh, what about that soup? Soup's so good.
Soup is an afterthought. You're like, that's not really a meal. It's soup. And then you start listing them out. You're like, I love soup.
I'm never
It's
in the
great.
mood. Like, I don't have a craving for soup. Soup is what you get before the meal,
Right.
you know? But, like, my wife, she gets cravings for soup. She just, like...
That's what my wife does that too. That's like one of her favorite foods is soup.
Yeah.
That's because soup has been boxed in inappropriately as this appetizer dish. It's like, I
Bad
can't have a glass.
branding.
Yeah, I can't.
big entrees. big entree. They are against the soup people.
When soup can stand on its own. Like some of my favorite
No, it needs
moments,
a salad. You can't just
some
get
of
a
my
soup.
favorite. You could do it if you want to.
Possibly a sandwich. You can get a soup and a sandwich, soup and a salad. It really
Soup
does
and a bread
seem
bowl.
like...
Bread bowl makes it. I mean,
Yeah.
Bread Bowl tried to make it a feature.
Yes, bread bowl's a meal. That is...
Because it's a sandwich. It's a soup sandwich.
No,
No,
Mike, a
it's
bread
not
bowl
a
does not make
sandwich.
it a sandwich.
What if you put a top on it?
No, that...
It's a bread bowl. It makes it a bread bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but what if you cover the bowl?
then it's
Then
still
it's
just a
soup,
bread bowl.
It's a soup bomb at that point.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, this was there'll be. I was wondering. I was like, do we have to draft another round? That's how many soups that I found myself wanting to draft. But we'll see. You can follow us on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod, and you can support the show at jointhespit.com, our Patreon group, where you get some perks over there.
Yeah,
and
you
we're
do.
always looking for some new ideas on the show. Let's jump right in here to Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Well, our first Would You Rather question comes in from Spit Waddle Waddle Away from Patreon, who says, would you rather type with your thumbs on a keyboard or type with your index fingers on a phone?
Oh, man.
Those would both be very awkward.
Now, I'll start this off with, I mean, you probably know somebody in your circle of trust, unfortunately, that does in fact type with their index fingers on a phone.
Oh,
Yes.
crap. I know somebody.
Yes, we have.
We all have grandparents.
Well, no, not grandparents, Jason. I don't. Well, I might be dropping a
No, this
bombshell
is
on you.
You know, Mike. You
Yes.
know who it
Oh,
is?
I've seen it. I've seen it take place
It's
in this
a
office.
shameful,
Jason.
embarrassing.
Look, I haven't seen it, but it's got to be Josh.
It's Papa Josh.
Yeah, of course.
Papa Josh, who helps run a bunch of community stuff for us over here at the Ballers HQ.
He slowly helps us.
He holds the phone in one hand and then does a chicken peck version of typing with his index finger.
It's
instead
abysmal.
of dub thumbs, which granted, even on an iPhone, dub thumbs can still be a bit clumsy, lots of typos, lots of autocorrect errors and stuff like that. But this dude is typing like maximum 10 to 15 words a minute with his. You're trying it right now.
I'm trying it right now. This is so.
How does
slow.
it feel?
It feels stupid, but I will.
Breaking news. Producer Brooks is left thumb, right index finger.
Wait, what, bro?
He is a hybrid. He's living a hybrid life.
I have instituted that a time or two in my life. I don't
like when you have an injury,
right? Yeah, pinky's not doing well. I got to get the index out there. No, but I
Wait, pinky? What are you using the pinky for?
Well, I'm not. It's injured, so clearly that's out of commission. Yeah. So Brooks, you are thumb and index combined.
Yeah, and I never realized it even until Mike called me out for it.
I forgot you did that. I'm sorry that I had to shame you publicly.
Mike prowls the office looking for
Look, someone's got to do
weird typers.
It's a dirty job.
I can promise you this. I can promise it. If you walked around and you saw someone using only their thumbs
I'm going
to
to try and type some messages
on the keyboard, you would scream at them.
This is silly.
I mean, when you do that, your thumb doesn't move. I was trying it. Your thumb just stays locked, and it's all arms.
This is delightful.
It's not delightful.
What I'm saying, like, it feels so silly. Instead of having the the proper technique where you're on your home row and you're just moving your fingers around, you're like a really slow machine, slow crane machine.
I mean, you might as well. It doesn't even need a thumb or any appendage. It's just you're using your entire arm to move and get that next letter, and it feels so dumb.
So now,
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Is it? It's fair to say that you're a superior human being if you can type properly on a keyboard and type properly on a phone, right? Like anybody who can't do that is inferior as a person?
Yeah, but I think there's very few of those people that can't do both.
No, I think that there are. I'm starting to realize, and I get on my kids all the time about this because, man,
well,
I hate them.
They're just learning.
They aren't learning good enough. They refuse.
They're learning good enough.
Okay. All right. You got me there. They aren't learning quick enough.
They ain't learning good enough.
They ain't learning good enough. My house. You dummies.
That's amazing.
But they, like, I'll walk by and I'm always yelling at them like home row because they don't do it. They don't sit there and use home row typing.
Okay.
And so it's and they're not like super slow typers.
I know, which makes it worse.
That
makes
does
it worse.
make it so much worse.
It makes it worse
because they're functional, but they're still wrong.
I used to be
wrong.
very fast at hunting or hunt and peck when I was young, and yeah, just because you can efficiently do something incorrectly, oh no, does that make it okay?
Well, and when you efficiently do the inefficient style, what you don't realize is that if you get efficient at the efficient style, like you can't hunt and peck as fast as someone can.
Yeah, you have a ceiling of how fast you can actually go if you do it wrong.
Right. I'm not typing with my thumbs though. I'm gonna convert to an index finger phone typer.
All right, now I have a follow-up question here for Jason. For he's chastising his children about the typing.
Yes.
How do you shift key?
I shift key pinkies.
Yeah, but do you actually switch back and forth between the right and the left shift key, or do you have one that you always use?
I always use the left shift. Always.
Because you're supposed to.
Yeah, if you were to like shift Q,
You're
Like
supposed to
capital-
push it with your right, the opposite hand, but
Yeah,
I don't do that either. But I'm always right, and
You're always right.
yeah, and I've
Interesting.
I have found out
I'm a perma-left.
I have found out that
Good.
that most people, I think most people are most people are dominant left, and
I'm a dominant left for sure.
I'm dominant left.
Brooksy, what do you got with your shift key?
Left.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, I use both. I just tested
Oh, you do
this
it
out.
correctly?
Yeah.
I mean,
like
flip flopping's the way to go, because I definitely, like, if I'm doing a
Yep,
big
I use
type
both.
up like a research paper or something, my hand gets fatigued because it's the same hand doing all the shifting, and I'm crumpling my hand up to get all the right keys.
Doing a lot of research papers.
I'm talking about back in the day.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I will hunt.
You
and
don't
peck
do a research paper for fun?
with my index finger on a phone. I've seen plenty of people do that. It is actual. I have never once witnessed someone typing with their thumbs. Like, you don't accidentally see someone who's a hunted pecker, but they use their thumbs instead of their.
Oh, you got to like go thumbs down. I feel like spread hand does not work, but just thumbs down could work.
I see what Jason's saying, though. You could almost just cover both of your hands with a single digit.
Yeah.
Because you need to move your whole arm. All right. Charlie from Twitter.
Charlie.
Would you rather gain the ability to transfer any of your bodily bathroom needs immediately onto someone within sight?
Ooh, okay.
Or,
What a superpower!
oh, man, that guy over there, I'm going to make him have to go to the
Diarrhea.
bathroom. Or be able to
Chipotle.
or be able to transfer any of your hunger craving prompts to someone in the same manner. So you can toss your hunger around.
So then I assume with both of these transfers of power, I no longer have that need, or is someone just on an equal playing field with me?
No, I think you are relieving yourself by
Yes, you
putting
are.
the burden on someone else.
That's so easy.
Is it easy?
Wait,
Yes.
the food one, you can control all of your hunger.
Yeah.
Is that your pick? Or are you doing
I don't
the
think
bathroom one
that's
for
his pick.
Oh, no way.
for
Like,
fun?
going to the bathroom is like,
It's a real issue for Mike.
no, it's not that it's a real issue. It's that it's a big waste of time.
Wait a minute. I'm just realizing. I don't know if you guys.
Never have to pee again.
I don't know if you guys read it the right way from the get-go.
Wait, did
Or-
we do it wrong?
What I'm realizing is that it's your need to go that you transfer.
You thought we were peeing on people?
I literally thought it was you could if you need to go, you could transfer your pee or your poop right onto someone. And I was like, that is so weird. Who would write that?
And then you went to correct us in case we had made
No,
the
I
same mistake.
I wanted to out myself
no.
here of realizing that what I thought it was that if
No,
you got to
wait,
go
guys,
to the bathroom,
this is your need.
if you got to go to the bathroom, you could just snap your fingers. That guy's covered in your bathroom.
Just hit Joe.
No.
No,
Look,
but this makes so much more sense this way. So you're
I mean, we went to Disneyland, so I'm
Oh.
picturing myself. You're drinking drinks, you're eating, walking by somebody and just being like, "You got to go pee."
Yeah,
like
that would be
that's pretty funny.
fabulous.
That would be pretty
Yeah,
funny.
Not only is it funny and you can weaponize it, but just all that time where you're like, I no longer have to take pee breaks. I just let somebody else do it for me.
Mike,
I'm delegating my urine.
if I may peel back the curtain for our audience, there are several food establishments that you enjoy.
Yes.
That you actively make the choice, I can't do that today.
Yes.
That's true.
Because of what's going to happen on the way out.
We were just talking about chorizo.
Yes, chorizo.
Yes.
You wanted chorizo, but you gotta decide what's tomorrow look like.
I got to decide, like, how singed do I want things to be?
Right. But this would allow you to do whatever you
Yes.
want and then really punish someone else
Yes.
for your bad choices.
Have you tried the Jason Moore method of food eating, where he pops the multiple gas X before the meal, Mike, for the chorizo?
The problem is not the gas X. The exit.
It's another.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
This is the solution. You need a full bowel transfer.
But if you can transfer your hunger and cravings, your weight control is 100%
Sure.
in check permanently. Because really, that's the only reason why. Anytime you get an urge, you can give your hunger away.
Yeah, but that's not
you would be weaker. You would be weaker then because you wouldn't actually get the nourishment.
I don't listen to my body telling me I'm hungry. I
think you do.
No. You're hearing me a little differently. I don't need to be hungry to decide to go eat. In fact, sometimes I'm full and I'm like, that looks good. So taking my hunger away and giving it to someone else, I feel like wouldn't benefit me.
Okay. So you're gonna make them go poop for you.
Yeah, I'm never visiting a bathroom again the rest of my life. I will use this superpower 100% of the time, especially in the middle of the night. when I gotta get up to pee, I'm just, honey, you gotta get up to pee.
It has to be in sight, but like think about a road trip. Like where it just some innocent passerby is going the other way, and you're like zap.
I think I would save it up for when I'm in a line and I want to get the person in front of me out of line.
In front of you?
I would save it up for the line and I'd be like, yep, you got the squirt.
They just start, you see him doing the dance.
And I am a notorious non-public pooper. I don't poop in any public places. I do now through you.
Surrogate
oh
pooper.
My goodness.
Surrogate pooper.
I'm just glad. Oh, surrogate pooper. I'm really glad that you figured out partway through this that you weren't just putting what comes out of you onto somebody.
Yeah, that was really disturbing.
All right, Farah from the website. Would you rather be in charge of cooking the big holiday meal for the extended family or be in charge of cleaning up and doing the dishes afterwards? This one is not close for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it.
I am the cleaner.
Okay. Is that
because it is so casual. I can take as much time as I want to. I can get into a groove. I can pop a podcast on. I'm willing to do. There's no pressure with the cleanup. I don't got to get it done on time. I don't even got to do it right. No one's inspecting this. I'm going to clean it up the best I can. I can take some time. I don't want to be responsible for the big meal.
We should do Thanksgiving together, Andy.
You want to cook
You're
it?
the cooker.
Oh, you're darn right I'm cooking.
Wow.
I enjoy cooking. I like that.
You are a chef.
I'm a chef, and so I would enjoy making the big meal. And you're right. There's more stress, more pressure, but also there's more. It's
more rewarding,
yes,
huh?
Exactly. There's more reward.
Ooh.
You get something of value at the end of your work. At the end of your work, Andy, you're just wet.
You're persuading me because I've had to spend the last several days taking care of the family, all the needs, right? All the food, all the cleanup,
all the DoorDash.
The DoorDash been so busy.
There has been some of that. I will say this though, I made the perma change to all plastic products yesterday.
Oh no!
Because I was tired. I clean up one set of dishes and the next one's just producing all over itself. And I'm like, what am I doing? And I went all paper for everything. So maybe I'm underestimating the value of like how rewarding it would be to just be able to prepare and you're done.
Oh yeah.
That would feel good.
Here's the best part of that. Okay. The best part is, and we've all made a few meals. We've had HelloFresh meals where you got a couple pots and pans going at the same time. I am paying no mind to how messy I am. I'm splattering grease.
Or how many dishes.
Everywhere.
Yeah, or how many.
How many pots and pans. I'm piling it up.
Use a new one.
Making it will look like a 187 murder, death, kill in that kitchen when I am done cooking. Sauce will be everywhere, and you will have to clean it all up.
Okay, Mike, where do you lean on this one?
I lean going with the clean. I just did my first ever Thanksgiving scenario where I cooked this. Like I had this brisket and some sides, and I was like, I'm going for it. I will summon myself. I will take the mantle. I'm gonna make all the Thanksgiving food, and I certainly could have done a better job. The brisket was all right. And then I had to clean anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say, you are a master of both, aren't you?
Yeah, well, here's the thing that they don't tell you about cleaning. When you're at a big family gathering and it's time to do all the dishes, you escape from everybody when you are doing the cleaning.
Yes.
Because as soon as you're like, oh, it's time to clean, everyone just smoke bomb. They all vanish and go do something else. So you're like, well, guess I'm all by myself. I'll clean this up as quickly as I can. See you in an hour.
See, I find that people smoke, but like when we're having a big
Now
family
you're persuading me the other way.
when we have a big family event and there's all this mess and all these dishes and all, that's when we don't even get to the cleaning. Everyone just eventually smoke bombs their way out, and then it's like, oh no, we've got to clean up a party. And I would love to be able to host the party and have none of the cleanup. That's a dream scenario for us. So I'm definitely cooking.
I'm back to cleaning. I want the solitude. I want to get away from that. Is my go-to technique when I want a party to end too. Is I start walking around my house and I start putting chairs away slowly or throwing trash away, and then sometimes people get the hint. I don't know. They start helping.
Pajamas.
Turning off the lights.
Turning off the lights. Opening the front door. Leaving it open. Saying goodbye. Please leave. These are my subtle hints to
These are
the
my
party.
subtle hints. All right. Should we move on here?
Yeah, let's move. We will be doing that, but we got to thank somebody.
Yes, sir. We got to thank our sponsors today. And Spitwads, I know what you're thinking. If you're watching on YouTube, you see Mike.
Why am I listening?
You see myself, and you think, how do they look so good all the time? And if you were here, you'd say, how do they smell so good all the time? And the answer, it's Hawthorne. Hawthorne's grooming products for men are our answer when we want to look good, we want to feel good, we want to smell good. They have premium men's grooming stuff that I've used for well over a year. So you can upgrade to their body wash, their shampoo, their deodorant. Let them recommend a face cleanser, a moisturizer that will elevate your game. And, of course, you could find that perfect cologne so you smell good for those nights out. What you do is you take the Hawthorne quiz, and they ask you simple things like what your preferences are in smell, what your skin type is. And it's really quick, really easy, really fun. And at the end of the quiz, you get a customized product line tailored for you. So make sure you're ready for anything or anyone that comes your way by taking that Hawthorne quiz today. Go to hawthorne.co and use the promo code Spitballers to get 10% off your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.co. Promo code Spitballers, hawthorne.co, promo code Spitballers.
And Spitwads, are you looking to get, that special someone something fancy like, maybe some fine jewelry? Well, that's why we want to thank today's sponsor, Majuri. Majuri makes fine jewelry. That's a difficult word to say.
Jewelry.
Jewelry. Majuri makes fine jewelry for every day, minus the traditional 10x markups. When you go to that store, that thing is marked up out of control. The middleman in there, they're just lining their pockets with all the monies.
Yeah, they're just.
I hate the middleman. The middleman, get out of here.
Jewelry places, they're ridiculous.
Look, shopping Majuri for all your gift needs. It's an easy choice. You get free shipping on orders over $100, and pieces are handcrafted, fairly priced, responsibly sourced using 100% traceable gold and conflict-free diamonds. 70% of Majuri's gold is recycled. Maybe someone changes their mind. That's not the gift for them. Well, your gift is covered with 60-day returns, and you can get some 14-karat gold stuff. 14-karat solid gold gifts. They don't oxidize, wear out, or scratch easily. And just like they have the perfect gifts. I have gotten my wife a ring from Majuri, and she loves it. It was a very special gift, received very well. Visit Majuri. Majuri.com/ballers for 10% off your first order. That's Majuri.com/ballers for 10% off your first order. MEJURI.com/ballers.
Is this real life?
All right. Well, is this real life? It is time to reveal some stories that we have stumbled upon from the real world. This real world we live in. And share with one another that they are, and these are factual. These are real. These actually happened. And I love this segment because I want to know what's going on in the world around me. And these are probably the most important stories you can focus on. When you say current events, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, this is real late-breaking news, things that matter going on. In fact, some of the Spitwads out there, they brought this article to my attention, and I felt its importance to make sure that we know what has happened.
I'm excited here.
Did either of you guys watch 90 Day Fiance? There's a reality show. Anyways.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. I know the story.
You know the story. So the 90 Day Fiance star, this is the headline, 90 Day Fiance star retires from selling farts after heart attack scare. So,
wait. You said heart attack.
Yes, not a fart attack scare. Thank you,
for
Mike.
clarifying.
90 Day Fiance star retires from selling farts after a heart attack scare. And however good the headline is, the actual story is better. This was a woman who was a reality TV star for a minute, and she turned that into becoming a fartrepreneur. Her words.
Something that you've wanted to be for quite a while.
I mean, look, she has a good idea. She doesn't have the talent to execute. I have the talent to execute. Okay, here's what happened.
Are you sharing a story, or are you pitching your new Etsy?
Yeah, one of the same. Go to fartrepreneur.com/Jason Moore. Here's the reality.
Gonna need a bigger bottle.
So you're gonna have multiple farters.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's his last
Yes, I mean mine will certainly raise the most money because of quantity, being able to sell. Well, this was an issue for her. Was the quantity became a problem? Apparently, and this is maybe the biggest problem. People were buying farts. That's the big issue here. Let's just call a spade a spade. People were buying her farts.
To the point where she almost died.
To the tune of $50,000 a week. She had $200,000 in sales through a month, and she couldn't keep up. So in order to try to keep up, she's eating diets entirely consisting of beans and gassy stuff that ended up giving her a heart attack scare. And the doctor said,
Stop it.
The diet is why you're having a heart attack scare. So she has now retired from a very lucrative business.
Can I give her some credit here? I mean, it would be very easy to fabricate or fartbricate, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yes. No.
She went to bat. She wanted to
You are
produce
right.
a real American-made, or I guess this is overseas, a very
These are
true
authentic.
to life, authentic product.
Yeah. No cheating.
I respect her.
Yeah, she didn't get a team of people to pretend that their farts
A fart
were
farm.
A fart
Or a
farm.
fart.
No, this was
A fart farm. She didn't subcontract a bunch of other butts.
no. This was.
I mean, this was one.
genuine,
This is one system.
Genuine farts from her.
Yeah, which I respect.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't got my order yet, but I mean, I respect.
Yeah. So that's my article.
What a world.
Mike, why don't you go next?
All right. My tale it's a cautionary tale of
Aren't they all?
well, you'll know what I'm talking about. So
All right.
there was a family, and they were just look. I mean, a lot of people trapped at home right now, and they were doing like, fun physical challenges like laying down, rolling over, holding a shoe on your foot, just like silly challenges.
Holding a shoe on your foot?
That's the quote.
Don't you just wear it on your foot?
I don't know exactly how they're doing it,
Okay.
but they're just trying to come up with fun physical challenges, spur of the moment things. Well, they were asking their Amazon device what they should do, and they said, okay, Alexa, give us another challenge, and then the smart speaker replied in the Alexa voice, of course, but plug in a phone charger about halfway into a wall outlet, and then touch a penny to the exposed prongs.
No, it did not.
That is what it said, because apparently this was going around on TikTok, a viral challenge called the Penny Challenge. Thankfully, this particular gal was wise enough to go, no, because that will potentially kill me. And so they alerted the Alexa team, and it was.
Oh my!
They said this was a mistake, and they got it removed immediately.
Oh my goodness!
So just
That's not the kind of mistake you're allowed to make.
Go to the tallest building and jump.
like imagine hearing that.
Oh my
like
goodness!
your kids are just in the other room.
Yeah, the kids play with the
and then
Alexa.
the Alexa's like, "Hey, try and electrocute yourself."
Take a fork and put it in the outlet. Wow.
Also,
Wow.
what are social media people? Stop it!
Oh,
Stop it!
I know all of the things like you can clean
It's
your
so
phone the
addicting
best if
to
you
try to
Put it in
die.
the microwave.
You put a little bit of water on
Like-
the front and you put it in the microwave. It's like no, this
Stop
is they're
it,
just
man.
they're just trying to get you. They're trying to make you microwave your phone. Think before you do things.
The power of trolling is significant and dangerous.
That
All
being
right.
said, I mean, the electrocuting yourself too far. But if I can get you to microwave your
Well,
phone, it's more on you. Isn't
the problem, well, yes, if you're an adult, but the problem is like, I mean, younger and younger kids are getting phones where they haven't had the time to really establish what they're hearing from the internet and social medias as being a accurate or a fake thing to do. So just saying that, just stop it. Just stop it, people. The world will be a much better place if the Alexa wasn't telling you to put a penny between two electrical prongs.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. This one is gonna hit close to home for Jason. It's a very special story. You may have seen it already this past summer.
This either has to do with farts or spiders.
Not quite. This
Oh,
has
all
to
right.
do with something that you went through in your life, and you wish you had the superpower to give it away at the time.
Oh.
The NBC's Ultimate Slip and Slide series
no.
halted. The Ultimate Slip and Slide series halted after explosive diarrhea reported on set.
Why do they have to call it explosive?
Listen. The story gets better and better. First of all, I mean they're very professional. They came out with a public statement: the health and safety of everyone on our set is our number one priority.
Okay.
Out of an abundance of caution, we have made the decision to stop production of the Ultimate Slip and Slide at the current location. Reason being, I mean, look, they started out with one crew member that tested positive for Giardia. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. It's a very uncomfortable, bad parasite that goes into your intestinal tract.
Diarrhea monster.
It is. And 40 more members of the crew caught it. People were collapsing on set due to, quote, awful explosive diarrhea and being forced to run into porta potties.
That is
No.
that's an SNL sketch.
They're running into porta potties with explosive collapsing diarrhea.
There's no way they all made it into the porta
That's what I was
potty.
going to say.
No.
You know there was Poopy Pants Club members.
Yeah, had to be.
They had to fully shut down production and move it to a new site later on. It's incredible. In fact, the two, I believe, producers of the show were Bobby Moynihan from SNL and another Ron Funches, who tweeted out. He
Wait,
says,
was it an SNL sketch?
It was not. But he said, did I have the goal of being an owner of an explosive diarrhea water park on my vision board? No, I never dreamed that big. Because, and now I say this all hits home for Jason is because you visited a water park and you, in fact, had maybe this.
I mean, ours was like Cryptococcus or something. I don't know what it was, but I think they called it crypto for short. And now, obviously, crypto is all cryptocurrency. But, yeah, I got that at a water park, and that's how I entered the Poopy Pants Club and got my membership. So I understand. But what's crazy is that there is this parasite whose sole purpose is just to, like, imagine, this parasite is just like, I got one job to do. It's going to make them poop their pants. Watch this.
Oh my
I go
gosh.
from person to person. I just make them.
I mean,
Gross.
Yeah, and to tie it into the idea of like, this is a ultimate slip and slide, and I know
it was.
I know the diarrhea wasn't all over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
At least a little bit was.
Yeah, you sliding around. And,
oh.
oh, man.
So there you go. There you go. Congratulations to no one on that set.
The Spitballers Draft.
We are drafting, as we
Soup's
said
on.
before. Soup's on. Slurp-a-derp or whatever you said earlier. Jason, you have the honor, the privilege of the first soup pick. We're drafting the best soups.
Yeah, I don't know if the first pick is the best. If this is the draft for the best first pick or not. There's a lot of strong classics that I could go with here. Mike can attest. I was making a list, and I had 12 things on my list before I ran into my 101, my favorite soup.
Yeah, it was
Oh, really?
shocking.
Yeah, and I don't think this is a poll getter because it's so specific. It's not like a broad, you can get this soup anywhere. You can get this soup one place that I know of. I mean, maybe this
Oh,
is,
seriously? You're
Yes.
taking this one as your one?
I have to because
I don't blame you.
it is the best soup.
It's on my list.
Zuppa Toscana.
Oh no. Okay. Whew.
Okay, so
All right.
Zuppa Toscana, which is
From Olive Garden.
from Olive Garden. Well, when you
The
say it
highest-
like that, Andy,
The most authentic.
I feel bad about my pick.
You do love that soup. I've been to Olive Garden with you because Mike won't go, and I've been there.
That's right.
And you love it.
It's so good. We've made a homemade version of it that was outstanding. But Zuppa Toscana, if you haven't had it, if you're out there and you're like, I've never even heard of that soup, do yourself a favor and try it because you're going to love it.
What?
Why have Olive Garden there when you can make it at home?
Yeah, I mean,
Very nice.
I
All right.
I feel like that one could have came back to me, but
I will tell you what. We could have gone 10 rounds and
I have 14
Well, I knew
soups
you-
written. I got 14 soups written down, and not one of them is that.
yeah, I had
one.
12 written down, and not one of them was this one. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Zuppa Toscana is my favorite soup. So I'm
I
taking
give you
it.
credit.
And
I love
the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah, I'm taking chicken noodle soup.
all right. The classic.
I understand. It's a classic. It's the go-to soup. It's the one I think I could eat the highest quantity of in repetition than the other soups. Although I think that there are probably lots of soups that fit that mold. I just think chicken noodle is the most. When you think about soup, it's warm, it's comforting, it's hearty. It covers all your soup bases.
It certainly does. We've somehow been introduced to different restaurants and their chicken noodle soups because I was never really on board because it was always just the classic can, which had like maybe 3 noodles. There was a couple carrots in there and like,
Little itty bitty
two
tiny pieces of chicken.
But there are people out there doing really good work with chicken
They're doing
noodle,
good work.
Really
That's
good
right.
work with chicken noodle soup. So don't be afraid. If you've been off chicken noodle, this is my a pat on the bottom. Try it out again because there's a lot of places doing really good work. All right, my number one has fallen down to me. This is a soup I ignored as a younger man, but as I became more grown and sophisticated, it just worked its way into my repertoire, and now it's like it's the one I go to. Just a good tomato bisque sandwich.
You do love a good tomato.
You get a tomato. I mean, and I'll throw on the grilled cheese sandwich usually comes with it, but a tomato soup is absolutely it's my favorite, which is bizarre because I do not like
you
fresh
hate
tomatoes. Oh, they're
yeah.
the worst. They contaminate everything they touch.
Tomato soup is so good,
Oh man, it's so good.
but it seems like you're not allowed to have it without a grilled cheese.
Yes.
Like,
yes, without an accessory, it
it-
needs something.
You need at least
can't have.
a piece of bread.
Yeah, you can't have it by itself.
Yeah, it is tough. And that's not to say it's not delicious by itself.
Right.
It's just against the law. So
It's an accessory soup.
yeah, absolutely. Tomato's a great pick. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of great picks here.
Well, because it's soup.
Can I have some soup? Look, we need to mainstream soup, guys, or mainline soup. That too.
I think there's a chance we might go 22 rounds today.
All right, so with my second pick, I'm going to play the game here, the draft game, because I got ones that I need to have, but this one probably doesn't make it. I don't know.
You're
Maybe-
trying
gonna
to
take it.
pick a popular soup you don't think will make it back.
I know which
That's-
one he
I
wants. I
I
won't let him.
respect it. I respect
and that's
it.
what I'm going with. And Jason says there's a better version of this, so I won't take that one. But I'm going with good old-fashioned broccoli cheese soup.
Yeah, broccoli cheddar's a solid pick.
Oh, it is so delightful.
Take the broccoli out, you got a good soup.
Broccoli is actually extremely palatable when you just put gigantic amounts of cheese all over it. So like not even as a soup, but a steamed broccoli, cover that with melted cheese, it's good. So put it together and it's a soup, it's great.
It is a good soup. There is a far superior version.
That's what you say.
Yeah. But we'll find out later.
I do wonder, like sometimes I've had broccoli cheddar soups in which I imagine the vat, like a giant vat of soup is being made, and they used one broccoli floret.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you just have a couple of the driplets of the broccoli, and that's it.
It could be
so
very
I don't know
hit
if there's
and
a
miss.
certain I don't know what quantity.
Doesn't that make it better?
It does make it better. No. It does. I just wonder what the rules are to include the word broccoli in it.
Most sub places or sandwich places have broccoli cheese, but it can be very hit or miss. They can go real thin with it, and then it's like a broccoli water.
No, you don't want that.
It's no good. It needs
broccoli
to be
and
hearty.
cheese, yes, is a hearty soup. All right, Andy, you are back up.
Yeah, and I think I can play the game here. There's a soup that I believe is my number 2 pick.
Well,
that Jason's
Zuppa Toscano over here.
he's
I'm a wild
not
card.
he's not taking my soup. He's not going to do it.
All right.
He's not. So I'm going to take the one he probably will take,
Don't do it.
which is a baked potato soup.
Oh,
That's the one.
Come on.
I mean, you talk about that creamy potato soup. It's so good and cheesy and yum yum.
Jason is a broken man.
This is the
yeah,
truth.
baby.
It was right that you had the first
I had
pick.
the first pick. That's the true first pick. Any kind of,
Oh man, I've never seen somebody stumble from the 101 so quickly.
I mean, cream of potato or baked potato, whatever, any kind of hearty
Potato soup. It's potato
soup
Yeah,
is
that's the pick.
the clear 101. It reminds me of broccoli cheddar, but it's so much better.
Yeah.
Man,
I need
wish,
the broccoli.
weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish
It
I
is.
had that pick. Can I trade you Zuppa Toscana for?
It was the first pick.
Yeah.
Well, do I get the unlimited breadsticks? They come
I
with
mean,
your
it comes
soup.
with it. It's unlimited. It was drafted to be great.
All right, you got 2 picks now. You can make up for it right here, right now.
All right. Woo. Man, I was all prepared.
I'll take Zuppa Toscana again.
I was all prepared to take my baked potato soup, and now that one's off, I do feel like I need a hearty soup. I need a, not a broth right now.
Okay.
I want something creamy. You've got your tomato bisque.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Andy's got his, he's got my baked potato soup.
Don't do it.
I don't think you're going to be in on this one, Andy. I'm going to take a lobster bisque. I
okay.
love a good lobster bisque.
You got real close.
When I go to a restaurant and I see lobster bisque on the menu, it's like 70% chance that I'm going to get a lobster bisque.
So it's not at like deviled eggs.
No, because
level?
No, it's not. If deviled eggs are on the menu, I always
That's
get them.
100%.
But the reason for the disparity
That's how you
there,
fill. That's how you sell the farts, by the way. With the deviled eggs, she should have focused on deviled eggs
Those
alone.
are the premium
that is
parts.
That's the path.
Well, that's the upcharge.
Yes.
Once you've bought would you like to upgrade to deviled egg farts? But the reason I will always get deviled eggs and most of the time get lobster bisque is because lobster bisque is on far more menus.
Okay.
Deviled eggs you
Okay.
just don't usually see. Anyways, for my next next one
bisque.
here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I know what I want the most. I'm going to play the game because y'all playing the game. This one, the one that I want the most will come back to me, so I'm not going to grab that. Oh, there are so many. How many rounds are we doing here?
Just the 4.
4.
Just the 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 rounds.
This is so
You
hard.
got to narrow it down.
Okay. Nope. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just take the one I love. We were debating this in the studio whether or not this was a soup. When you Google it, it says
Yes.
it's a soup.
Oh no! Oh no!
I was proven very wrong.
Yes,
Really?
I'm taking ramen.
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
a good ramen bowl, a soup of noodles, and
yeah, ramen soup is a soup. It counts. It was on my list.
It was funny because Mike was like, "I don't think that's a soup," and then I was like, "Well, it's
We don't want to get into the mac and
It's a
cheese category.
bro-
That's why you want to be careful there. But
like
it's
a bowl of broth with the noodles in it.
Yeah, my argument was like, well, it's like chicken noodle soup, so it's not a soup.
Yeah.
That's a bad argument.
Yeah, it was. I pulled back.
I'm very happy because I have my top 3 picks. As my top 3 picks, which is I'm going clam chowder for this pick. Clam
okay.
chowder is in the category of if it's on the menu and the place is not fast food, clam chowder wins the day.
Andy,
And
read me your soups.
chicken noodles number 1, potato soup, and then clam chowder.
Oh man, that's an all-star lineup.
I mean, clam chowder is amazing. It's a must order if it's on a menu, as long as the place charges more than $3 for a meal.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's better than lobster bisque.
I thought for sure you were going clam chowder.
Yeah, no, I should have. It was a couple spots lower on the list that I made. I didn't put it in any order.
This guy's struggling.
I am failing today from the 101. But man, I love what you're doing over there, Andy. You are
all right.
You're wide awake.
And
Mike, you get to close your draft out. You've got a tomato and you got a broccoli cheese. You don't. Can I say something? I
Sure.
know we're friends, and sometimes we got to be honest with each other. You don't got a lot of hearty in this menu right here. You don't. You can't do the commercial where like you come in from the cold and this is all you need to eat.
you could do that with a thick enough broccoli and cheese, but and this will maybe not.
You're not chewing. You're not chewing any of your soups.
This may not be a popular pick amongst this crowd, but I'm not in on clam chowder. Like you get the sandy pieces.
Clam chowder's not in on you, brother.
Oh, I know that, but I am in on chowder. I am in on corn chowder.
Also delicious.
The hearty, creamy, or chunky chicken corn chowder is. Oh my goodness, it is so delightful. Corn chowder's much like you were talking about, like lobster bisque. It's pretty rare that you see corn chowder. Clam chowder's everywhere because it's basic. But corn chowder, that's where the action really is.
Capitalism says you may have a different reason corn chowder's not everywhere.
I love corn chowder so much.
Wow, maybe there. I wonder. Jason is one of them. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe you only like clam chowder or corn chowder, but Jason likes them both.
I like both. So far there's not been a soup mentioned that I am off of.
And all the chowders count.
All right, and
one more.
My last pick again. I'm just going with this is what the heart wants, and this was a part of when like the soup world opened up as we were in the office talking about, well, can you actually get enough soups? And then we brought up like, well, other cuisines. You're like, oh yeah, those are definitely soups, and hot and sour soup.
Yeah,
Jason wrote it down because he knows how much I love hot and sour.
I knew it was.
I love hot and sour soup. It might even be in my top 2 soups. I just know that knowing and playing the game that it would come back. It is.
I've certainly seen
my
you
world changed once I opened my eyes to what hot and sour soup is all about.
I have seen you eat hot and sour soup at least 50 times.
Yes.
And, it's an excellent soup. It's probably my 3rd favorite Asian soup.
Of the egg drop and miso.
Those are the 1 and 2 ahead. Who's up? Is it back to you, Andy?
Yeah, it's back to Andy to close it.
I feel like I went out on stage. I just played the 3 number 1 hits in the world with chicken noodle, potato soup, and clam chowder, and the crowd just called me back out. And they called me back out, and I'm gonna play them some French onion, baby. I'm playing them some French onion to close out my draft. Oh, you bet your bottom dollar.
What? French onion?
Oh, you don't like a good French onion soup?
French onion is very popular. It is on my list.
I can't even tell you what it tastes like.
It tastes very tangy.
French onion? Is it thicker? Is it a bisque?
No,
it's a broth. But here's
it's always got some cheese.
The novelty of French onion is they usually have it covered with cheese, and then they bake it a little bit to where
that's right.
Even on
that's
the
right,
bowl
Jason.
is like
is
like the baked cheese. And the issue that I have is the soup part, because the baked cheese on top is always good, but the onion soup is not my favorite of the soups.
French onion, huh?
Someone
really?
needs to take this thing that, for some reason, only French onion soups get this baked cheese crisp.
Was that because the soup is bad and they just had to make it a little
Mike,
bit better?
But now
Yeah. What?
Have you ever had French onion dip for chips?
I mean, I'm sure I have. That's never my go-to.
It's a wonderful dip.
I'm a
And
dill man.
You need to try a little French onion soup next time you're out and about.
I'll give it a whirl. I don't
give
mind.
it and you know what? I'll give corn chowder a try, even though I made a disgusting face.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I just want all soups to start putting the cheese topper on it.
All right.
Chicken noodle with the cheese topper, you're telling me that's just not better?
I mean, I will say from my list, there is the ultimate cheese soup is still remaining.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like the Wisconsin?
Oh, I know which one. It's the cheesy cauliflower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very good.
Also known as cheese soup.
All right, so
Last pick.
I am up for the last pick here. A lot of different ways I could go, but I'm gonna go with what I eat the most of. I love sushi. My wife and I go to sushi restaurants probably more than any other type of restaurant, and I'm always gonna start my meal with a miso soup. A good miso soup is
That's my third of the
It's good.
the Asian soups.
The Asian three.
I thought you were gonna go Cocoa Puffs soup.
Very good. A cheese topper on that. Yeah.
Mm. Miso soup's great. It was on the list for sure.
All right.
Very
so-
nice.
so-
There's a lot of good soups here.
My
guys.
wife will be super angry at us that nobody took like cream of mushroom. That is her
What?
diehard favorite.
That's just used for cooking.
Cream of mushroom
People
soup is,
eat that?
Oh, it's delicious. Not like the canned Campbell's cream of mushroom. That is just used for cooking.
Okay.
But there is it's like a mushroom bisque. And it's outstanding. Even
right.
for
Don't
people
sleep-
that don't like mushrooms.
Don't sleep on chicken and rice.
oh, yeah.
Chicken and rice soup is delicious.
We can shout out, special shout out here to chicken tortilla.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Let's give a dumpling soup.
Oh, yeah.
Real pat on the bottom.
Where do you guys stand on
Beef and vegetables is nice too.
Sure, I can get down with that. But where do you stand with a bean and bacon?
I have it on my list. I love it.
That was growing up. We didn't do chicken noodle when you were home from school. It was always bean and bacon.
My family would always talk about how they grew up poor, and they would make this bean. They'd have like a hawk of a pig. I don't know what it is.
Hawk of a pig. Horse of a donkey.
not HAWK, but like a. I don't know.
Honkin'?
No,
Like as in large?
no,
Cat of a goose.
I'm making up words here. A hawk? I don't know.
He didn't learn good.
You're making up words, hoping that we will track. What's the word I'm about to make up?
Yeah.
Hawk of a horse.
Dude, I'm not making up words. I am perfectly.
What's the word?
It's hawk. HOCK. A ham hock. The ham hock is the part of the pig where the foot attaches to the leg.
Yeah.
It's exactly what is in the soup. So eat it. Literally, eat
Super.
it. It is
Okay,
delicious.
yeah.
But they would always make that like at big family gatherings, and it was so good. So good.
Wow. Well, it's been a heck of a show, guys. A heck of a show
We
indeed.
did it.
Jason's sweating a little bit. I
Oh,
can
man.
tell.
All this soup talk's got me hot and bothered.
Hot and sour over here. All right.
Well,
One
we
more
got
thing.
one more important thing.
What did we learn today?
Well, I'll jump in. I learned that Brooks is he's a hybrid typer on his phone, and it's changed my
Yes.
opinion of him. I mean, I know he comes from Michigan, and they do things different back there, and you got thumbs and fingers all over the place. But that's what I learned.
I learned that Alexa will try to have you kill yourself, so be careful out there.
And I learned that fartrepreneurs,
Mm.
they're making some serious money out there.
Yeah, 50,000 a week.
I mean, that's good money.
That's good money.
That's good money.
Might have to look into that.
That'll do it for today's show, everybody. Hey, tell your friends about the podcast. Get them in on the fun. We will see you next time on the Spitballers podcast. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.